What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Prince Mentality, and we're back with another YouTube video. And today I'll talk about something pretty important today. Well, it's two things. If you probably read the title and saw the thumbnail, then you know what I'm talking about. It's one, the truth about what phones are, and two, how Packgod became so successful. I mean, not so successful. He made himself look like a content creator. Anyways, let's get into the video. Now, I know most people use technology such as their computers, tablets, phones. Before I get into the pros and cons, I'll just state a quick summary about it. Before there were things called smartphones, there was a thing called a telephone that would only be significant and useful to instrument design for simultaneous transmission and reception of the human voice, which the smartphones has those qualities and capabilities, but the difference is that you actually could do other things that attract other audience to be more usable than just talking on a phone. Some of the things on smartphones are research, games, and apps, how you get insurance. It's basically like another level of technology. Overall, it seemed pretty cool and useful that you can use to your advantage as an economical device and a thing that you might need, right? So here's the thing. People know it's unique for their lifetime, but they use it for the wrong things and use it. The whole concept and idea behind technology is you see all this stuff at once, and it was such an amazing experience, and you have to do it again. But at the same time, you only could use this when you need it. But people use it because it's a good experience and a good use of their time. Then when they lead down to that path, they're like, hey, why can't we do some other things like this? So they go and get more things that they could use on their smartphone, such as games, resources, and research. But at the same time, other things that have those sort of qualities and technologies often are not used. The encyclopedia can be a good use of research. I'm not trying to say people don't do it ever. I'm just saying other people would just use this resource as the only thing that they can do and not expand throughout their whole reality. There are many things that they could use, but they choose to do this. And the truth about what a phone can do is the people that created the phone and the sort of outcomes that happen are not there to help you. It's almost the same concept as a YouTube video. You watch it, and then the people that made it are the ones that are being benefited. The people that made the phone are the people that are getting benefited, and you're just using time on it. The same with a computer and a tablet. And you're probably asking the same thing. Why am I doing it too? Dang, that was a good question. But this can tie along the same sequence as a difference between a hobby and an addiction. There is a noticeable and wide difference between a hobby and a difference, like you can almost see it. And basically, the difference between a hobby is that it's actually something that you could do on your free time and use sort of the time that you want to use it and you need on the things that you like and you enjoy. And at the same time, you can also do other things with hobbies and expand out of them instead of that one hobby. So you're using good time out of your hobbies and not really onto it like that. But an addiction is you spend so much time on your hobby, you can't function as a human being normally and do things like take breaks and communicate with other people. You're onto your enjoyment and your entertainment, things like that much. That's basically the difference between a hobby and an addiction. A hobby, you use it on your free time. An addiction, you use it way too much. That's what I was trying to say in a more concise way and a less longer way than I already described. Conclusion is any smart device like a phone, a tablet, a computer can be cool for any people that haven't had that before and something that they can do on their free time. But I've seen like addictions go up, and like the amount of people that are addicted to these things every day and like have to get reminded to stop using this one thing and feel like I can't do something without using this has been going on so much. And even people like use it when they're not supposed to. Like I've seen like kids at school. I've seen like people pull out their phone in a serious conversation, use their computer for anything. Like it's gotten so serious. And it's even happened to me. I've wanted to bring my technologies to things, but I just told myself I couldn't, because it just shows lack of hobbies and lack of priority, responsibility, and maturity. If you keep on doing this and keep using your interest into something that can mess with your intellect, then deface all the important capabilities you have in your life, then that stuff is not going to help you. This might seem like a stretch to some people, but the point of smart devices like phones and computers is, if you're addicted to this and you use a lot of time on this, it could be probably the most reckless thing that you want to be addicted to, and make you think you can't do anything without this. And it could be just as bad as drug abuse and gambling addictions, which is why I stayed as a person that uploads a lot to where I feel like uploading, because YouTube is a hobby, not something that I choose to do forever. So, in conclusion, the phones and any smart device is cool for your time that you would actually need it. But when times come, like places where you could actually grow and become better, it's not going to be the best thing that you can use. And it's probably the most dangerous and reckless things that you would ever want to be addicted to. And it can almost ruin your whole life. So the next person that I want to talk about is the YouTuber Packgod. Packgod's known for his packing / roasting videos that he does on people like e-girls or furries or different types of famous people. He roasted Topper Guild, I Show Speed, Aiden, people like that, and it's very hilarious, and I'm surprised that he made a career off of doing this after he got deplatformed by his best friend that betrayed his whole life that he's been working on for 3 years, his whole livelihood. And he just took it like that, and he only did it because he felt like YouTube hasn't been fun for him, and he just cut him off. And he felt like Packgod was narcissistic, even though he was working diligently by himself when he didn't care that he was working by himself. So he just took everything from him, and he somehow made a comeback after that, and he has currently 2.4 million subscribers. You could look him up right now on YouTube. But yeah, I'm surprised and proud of Packgod for doing that, because like this was actually insane. But like also, he has been in the more popular side of things, and people that are known for like doing interesting things. For example, he was recently on Keemstar's thing, and Keemstar is really known and really popular. That's what made me think of, and that's not really that bad. And then also, him and Bryce Hall got into an altercation online on Twitter, and that seemed like they just really didn't like each other. And at the same time, an actual fight was going to happen the next year. Only like famous people, like celebrities and people that are known, would actually want to do that. I'm sorry to say this, but there's so many like sort of platforms and communities where people are popular on, and somebody like Packgod only had that one thing to just be posted on, which is a YouTube and Discord thing. And for most of the time before then, Packgod was not even known at all. I could guarantee if anybody known Packgod in like 2020 to 2021, I'd be super surprised. It's only the people on those certain platforms like Discord and YouTube barely YouTube, because the account name Void and Packgod and Leg, which is now Leg, I can guarantee you, once it was switched to Leg and Packgod, the only thing that would come up was like voids and like actual voids in the world, and then actual legs like human appendages, so like actual living and animate things. Since it's such a small thing and legs are minuscule objects that you could talk about, you wouldn't be known for that, and it's not really a good search term. And I don't feel like really editing that much. I just showed gameplay, so don't be mad at me if I didn't show you clips or like videos. I'm just gonna be talking, and I don't care how boring it is, I don't care how fun it is. I just want to get a message out to the world. But what I'm trying to say is how Packgod was supposed to be like a roaster, a famous person, like a Packer roaster, but he did that probably like February 27th, 24th. He as called well, him and Bryce Hall were in an argument and they wanted to fight next year, and like only people like celebrities would actually want to call out someone to fight them, and that's the thing that made me where Packgod is most likely like a celebrity and a famous person. He made himself look like that. Like he made himself look like the most famous Packer, which he is. He is the most famous Packer, but like he made himself look like a content creator and a famous Packer, which is not bad. But at the same time, y'all have to realize there are some better Packers than Packgod. And Packgod's skill can be better, but like most of the time they're like Packers. Their jokes and delivery would be better than Packgod's. Think of it this way. Packgod has way more styles than the other Packers have, and like it can be better, but at the same time they know how to deliver it. And before, Packgod would not be respected in like 2020. Whenever he packed, people would spam the other person W, because it's like whatever Packgod would do, whatever technique Packgod would use, if he would write down jokes, if he would reuse them, it wouldn't matter if he reused any joke or write it down or coming from the top. Like the people that come jokes from the top aren't really going to be selected the highest. And I can guarantee some people that are on the top list of Discord packing, whatever it is, they have wrote down their best jokes in a Google Doc or a notepad or whatever they did, because it shows that they are responsible for their jokes that they use, and it shows they are prepared. There's a reason why comedians, they write down their jokes before doing anything. Also, Packgod would resort to trolling just to make the other person mad, because most Packers would just yell in a mic, and Packgod, he used to literally not even yell. He used to have a low mic. He didn't even have a loud mic. Like people would really think that loud micing was cool and funny, but like loud micing just shows that you're insecure of having a low mic, because it would be too low and wouldn't be funny. The soundboards are okay, and I've seen people that can pack, such as KJ and Thiz. They've packed without loud mics. Packgod has packed many times without loud mics, and any old gen quote unquote Packers say that Packgod is not a great Packer. And so what it seems like, there's some Packers that are on Packgod's level. I'm just saying this from like, I know Packgod fans are obviously going to be there. And like, I'm just going to say Packgod has way cooler like packing skills, has more packing abilities, has like, he can have like better delivery sometimes. This is what I'm going to say. He could have like way better packing skills and way more packing styles than some other great Packers. But at the same time, they just deliver it better and fans like them better. I've seen a video one time where Packgod was packing and people just spammed. They didn't want to hear Packgod packing. It didn't say at least one low. It was just probably only their Packgod's best friend and the people that actually don't want to hear the other person pack and just want to hear Packgod. But like at the same time, there's not a single time where somebody actually liked Packgod's packing. There's probably when he went against Marsky, but at the same time, like when he went against Thiz, when he went against freaking Baby Santana, when he went against Gumby, Roman, who else? KJ. Nobody was there for Packgod, because those are actually like high tier Packers at that time. And Packgod, he was high tier, but like not at their level. You know what I'm saying? So Packgod was not the best, but he has more packing styles and cool packing abilities, but they have good delivery too. So, but that's not the main thing that I'm trying to talk about. So how Packgod got successful was he got put on by Leg, and he made his own career off working diligently on his own channel. And then he basically did that. But his interview with popular people and his altercation with them made him look like a content creator and a Packer, which is actually very cool. Yeah, I'll just put pictures on. I just put pictures on because like I didn't feel like just putting the videos on because I'm not doing all that. But it's Shamar, and I'm out. Peace.